everyone! My name is Tamara Chambers.
And I'm Devil Boner. I don't know, why'd you pick Devil Horse?
It doesn't make any sense. This is Tamara's Never Seen.
And Doug's Never Seen.
And today we're watching the original Texas Chain Saw Massacre.
I actually tried watching this when I was in high school. Some would argue the best way on shitty VHS. It was so shitty though, and like it was all orange and black, I could barely make it out. I was just like, and I think I got up to the first kill and went, yeah. But everyone says it's a classic. It's like this incredible film, so I figured, okay, I should give this a chance.
I didn't realize that there were 8 of them. I always thought like maybe there was the first, and then I've only seen the Jessica Biel remake of it.
Did you see that before this one?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I really like that movie.
I haven't seen any of them, so this is totally brand new.
The Jessica Biel remake one was something I watched in high school, and it was one of the first like horror slasher films I had ever seen, and I loved it. I'm excited to watch this and see if it like aged well, if it lives up to like the grossness of what Leatherface is.
Or if it's beautifully dated. Either it's timeless or beautifully dated. I'm always hoping for one of those two.
Yeah, that's a good way to put that. Yeah. Will you snap?
Will I? Let's find out.
3, 2, 1.
Tamtoberfest.
Yeah. I really liked that.
I'm happy it was a family picture. This was exactly what I thought it would be, and the exact opposite of what I thought it would be, somehow.
What do you mean by that?
Like, okay, so I knew there's gonna be a guy going around killing people with a chainsaw, that kind of goes without saying, but then you get to, like, the last third, where, like, the killer's wearing makeup and stuff, and there's more people, and it's this weird dinner scene, and I have no idea what or why they were doing any of that, and just the whole style and everything is so strange.
Yes. I mean, I've been through some tense dinners in my lifetime. That was...
I've never been the intense dinner. Hey!
Oh, we have fun. I had like a mild stomachache throughout this entire thing.
There's a real uneasiness to the whole thing. And I mean, we've seen a lot of horror films and stuff like that, but yeah, there's something, not just sort of the gritty style and the old 70s style of it, but just this general unnervingness to the way that guy comes out and the way he kills people. In a film today, I feel like him just throwing these people around and throwing like the girl in the icebox and stuff like that would kind of be seen as funny, but he's just so massive and so creepy that you just can't believe how he's throwing these people around like they're nothing.
Yes. I think my favorite part of the entire film, talking about him coming out, is your first reveal of Leatherface. There's no music cue. He opens up and it's silent. And then he grabs the guy and then shuts the door, and it's like, now you would probably get like a very dramatic music cue, or at least something there. And it was so silent, and I was just like, what?
That's the most terrifying door.
It's so, oh god, absolutely.
When that door closes, I was kind of like, woof. Man.
Oh.
Funny note about this movie, and my friend Jason Law has told me this. He's a horror fanatic. He knows all about this. This was originally supposed to be a PG movie.
I read that too.
Now let me explain that, because it does make sense. Raiders of the Lost Ark is PG, and there's heads blowing up, and people getting stabbed through the, eyes and heads, and stuff like that. I don't know why I said eyes, that doesn't happen in Raiders of the Lost Ark. But anyway, so PG actually meant parental guidance back then. Like, look, this is not for everyone, you may want this. This is a tough movie. Then R is like absolute adults, like, don't bring the kids at all. Now PG's like Frozen and Inside Out. Yeah, like if someone says the word sex, it's like, oh, PG, something like that. Totally. Where back then, it really meant something. It was really warranted. So this guy, if you think about it, was not really showing much gore at all. You get a little bit of like the bodies in the opening, but when he puts the woman on the hook and everything, you don't see a thing. Yeah. It's just all suggested, and the acting is so good. So apparently people were really disgusted, and they saw it, and it was like, well, of course it's an R. It's like, but I didn't show anything. Come on. Oh, and the cutting the hand was so fake and everything. Come on.
I really felt for the characters, though. I think the acting was really well done. I wasn't expecting that, I think. I think I was expecting it, it's like a... it's like a horror slasher, like it's just gonna be like silly. The acting was very convincing. What
I love is, especially in the 90s, when you saw like a person in a wheelchair, it's like, oh, that's the person in the wheelchair. It's the wheelchair trope or whatever. Like, we just gotta get in, you know, and there's the black kid, and there's the girl, and like, this person is in a wheelchair, but he's not the wheelchair guy. Like, he is really weird and out there and funny, and I just love the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But he was also a pain, too. It's what's so funny.
Totally, which is so good, because he's, like, well-rounded. He's not like this sympathetic character in a wheelchair. It was like, he's just a person. I think my favorite character was the hitchhiker brother that they pick up.
He was terrifying.
He's so scary.
He was, like, maybe creepier than Leatherface.
Yeah.
Who is also very creepy in
Yeah.
this. James Franco with a birthmark, I think, is what I got out of it.
I wrote down James Franco. I also thought Walter.
And again, I mean, it's just like, just so early, the creepiness kind of starts, where it's just like, all he has is a knife. He just looks at a guy's knife, and it's like so tense that you just have no idea what he's gonna do. And it's not just a fake out. He legitimately comes through and just starts cutting someone, but it takes a really long time, and they're just like, can we trust you? Can we not? I think because you really feel like you're in that car, there's not a sense of like, well, just stop and kick him out or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look that easy.
Absolutely. And what you said with time was something that multiple times I was like, now that would have just been a jump to like the next scene. In the end, the girl after the dinner scene, or before the dinner scene, she escapes. She gets then tied up by the guy at the gas station, and then she's in the car, they're about ready to go, and he's like, oh, left the light on. And you see him get out of the car, go turn the light off, and then get back in the car. And I'm like, why? Why? There was so much time taken throughout the movie, and I was like, that would be so different now, but I enjoy it.
It's like immediately scary and funny at the same time. And then just for no reason, he's just hitting her with the broomstick. What a dumb weapon, a broomstick. So silly and strange, but also just so creepy because you do feel like you're kind of there.
Yeah.
And it just lets you sit in that awful disgustingness.
I would say the biggest point for me with that is the dinner scene just lingers so long.
Actually, that's the one part I was almost getting bored there.
The grandpa I thought was really, really uneasy. Like, I was very, like, creeped out by him. I watched the second one after I watched this one, and they got more of a budget, and the grandpa got better makeup, and it was way less effective.
Okay, no. Here's what I was wondering, because I was watching this, and I'm just like, is that a mask or is that supposed to be his skin? I think it's creepier imagining that as a mask, because
Yeah.
Leatherface wears a mask.
Right.
I always thought Leatherface was like, roar or something. He's like, I had no idea that's what Leatherface sounded like.
Totally. His dance at the end, like, I was giggling throughout. It was like really fun. I love that end sequence of her driving away laughing and like him like doing like an interpretive dance with his chainsaw. So much fun.
I couldn't tell if he was happy or mad at that. Like, she got away. He's like, oh no, she got away, or go tell your friends. Anytime there's a chase scene in this, don't you really feel like he's right behind you?
Yeah.
Like, I really want to shout, run!
No!
He's getting closer.
Yeah.
And that one scene at the end is just, the truck is there and she gets in, and when he's getting towards the door, I'm like, close the door! Like, something about the way they shoot it just really looks like he's close and he's gonna get you.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my question though. You get in the truck, they close, he starts hitting the door or whatever. Why didn't they just drive off?
Why?
Why the didn't they just drive the hell out of there?
Chainsaw's not getting through the door at all. It's barely scratching it. And they're like, we'll just go out the other door. Why? The best though is when he drives up and he opens the door and he gets out and he's like, what's going on? And then he sees Leatherface and he books it.
And then the other car comes up and they just run towards the other car. I mean, it just really feels chaotic. I love when she goes in the house, which is already great because you know there's nothing but terror in there. So I'm like, well, whatever happens, she goes in the house, she's dead. She stays out there, she's dead. Just either way, she's gonna be scratched. She actually lives. But she goes in the house, and which is already great because he's chasing after her. And in horror movies, they always look out the window. They're like, she doesn't even think. She just dives out the window
2 times.
Yeah, I feel like people going in kind of know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be that exploitation style movie that's super gritty and super, odd and uncomfortable, kind of artsy. And you can see all these art films that came from it, like The Devil's Rejects and stuff like that. Like, just this whole genre and style kind of came from this movie.
Thank you so much for watching. Next week, we are doing Human Centipede together, so...
Watching Human Centipede together.
That's a good...
or are we? Watch the video to find out. There's so many people, ready to click next week. It's like, we're not.
No. Watching it. See you guys next week. Bye!